I didn't know you were scared of horses. I feel like you told me that once, and I don't know. I didn't give you enough crap about it. You don't like them, or you're scared of them?
There's like a line in between there somewhere. So snakes, like deathly afraid. Snakes and flying, deathly afraid. Horses, I'm just like, I would prefer not to be by a horse. But like at a parade when they're like walking by, I don't like run from them. Like I have an aunt that legit runs to the back. But I'm like, okay, I mean, I have a fear that a horse is just going to randomly kick shit out of me for no reason. I feel like that happens sometimes.
They have a lot of like hidden power. You're just like, this horse at any time get just one kick and up slump to get, you know.
What a sell. The way you just sold that was phenomenal.
I mean, sign me up, you know.
We can't just have all giants. What kind of small guys are
Like, he's got to get him. He's got to get him.
We got to pack it up.
He said, because if we don't get it, somebody else is going to get it.
And drink straight out the bottle.
Cheers.
Oh my God. I'ma let the beat drop. Welcome to the Who Effing Knows podcast. We're back. We got the same trio here again. Official podcast of people everywhere who scratch their genitals, privates, and then give a little sniff. That's how we're starting this thing off tonight.
Jesus.
Welcome, in case you haven't been with us before. This is the Who Effing Knows podcast for reasons like that, presented to you by Brew Bros. That's what we're starting to do because we are the Brew Bros. How are we feeling?
Feeling good.
You feeling better now with the intro, or was that a good intro?
You got your title. You got your title in the first 30 seconds. Scratch and sniff. You know, that's your title right there. That's your title. The first 30 seconds.
There you go. You're welcome.
We're already
That's
locked.
where my brain goes.
Man,
What the hell are we going to talk about tonight?
I don't know.
Scratch and sniff, or are we just going to take it from there and go somewhere else?
I came into this not in the mood to do this at all, but now I'm good.
There you go.
One moment.
Wewe're ready to go.
Scratch and sniff.
We're ready to go. Do we have topics? I got topics. If we don't have topics, I can jump into some stuff.
I got some stuff, but you started off.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, you know what? We used to do a fun fact. I'm going to start with a fun fact. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Fun fact. Do you know what the tiny pockets in your jeans are for? Like what they were originally made for? You know the little
the pocket inside the pocket?
Inside
yeah,
the pocket?
the tiny pocket inside the pocket. Oh, the disembodied voice in the back of the room knows. She's excited.
No, I know they're a pain in the ass because shit gets lost in it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But their actual purpose.
No? What about you? You know?
I'm going to take a guess. I don't know, but I'll take a guess. I'm going to say almost like a pen pocket.
It's a good guess. So when I was younger, I thought it was for change because like my change, I would always put my change in there because it was like, oh, a quarter, it fits in there. Cool.
Would have been my second guess.
It's for a pocket watch.
Interesting.
Pocket watch.
And just over the years, they just never decided to do away with it.
I guess so. Now you know.
They're not that big to fit a pocket watch. I feel like they're relatively small because anytime I got to get something out of it, I'm like two-fingering it to get it out. So
yeah?
Yeah. Scratch and sniff, two-finger. We're off to a hot start. So.
Okay. So definitely two, not one. Always a two-finger guy.
You know, sometimes you can get three in there, but it just all depends. But definitely a two-finger guy.
Yeah.
See.
I love it. I love it. Do you have any family heirlooms that were like passed down, like pocket watches? Like now that I'm thinking about this, is there like anything in your family that somebody gave you that you're like, oh man, like I'm gonna stick this in my pocket?
This is great granddad's blah 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 blah. I feel like my grandpa, we had like a bunch of like just old knives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nothing.
It doesn't fit in the pocket. Not that is
That's
a
a one
technical.
finger.
That was a joke. Yeah. It also might cut your finger a little bit. Not gonna.
Could be. Any heirlooms
I don't have anything, I don't think.
that you know of?
All got ruined in the storm.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. My mom has like a
Low blow.
like a crystal collection, like the little like crystal figures and things like that. It was my great grandma's. No, not like crystal. It's like it'll be like I don't know. I don't think she has. Huh? No, well, yeah, but like out of crystal.
Yeah.
So like
I know
she
what you're
has one
talking
that's like
about.
a giant swan.
Yeah.
And like they used to be like real popular.
Yeah.
It may still be, I don't know. But she used to make a big deal out of it every year to get like the newest main release or whatever. Like she's got one that's a huge swan that was probably like multiple hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah, those things got expensive.
But
Such a weird way to
it was my she had like her little collection, but my great grandma had a collection, and then when she passed away, my mom
Does she
took
keep it
on.
in like the cabinets that's like three
Yes,
doors,
and
like
it's
one
like-
big and two small, and like
and he can vouch for it. It's like the only rule she has in her house. Like stay away from it.
oh yeah,
And it's got like now it's got like her wedding bands and like the knives and everything in it.
yeah.
But yeah, she has that. But it did get ruined in the storm. But like she paid somebody to put it back together.
Okay.
So some of them, not all of them, but some of them just came apart, but they came apart clean, so they were able to put it back together.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And then
That's
it's
a
going to
beautiful
get
story.
passed down to my sister. She I don't know how much she really cares about it, but she has agreed to take it. So it'll stay in the family.
I had a thought immediately. I'm like, what happened? Like, who is the person that breaks the chain in this family? these things that are passed down generation by generation.
She also, her wedding ring is going to get passed down to my sister. Her engagement ring. Which I was always like, I could have used that to give to somebody.
I'll say technically,
What is tradition there though? Like, what isn't there? It's a tradition for one side to give their child.
so for me, my wife's ring was her grandma's.
Okay.
So I got the ring from her grandma, and then that's the ring that she has. So I'm assuming if we had a daughter, it would go to her.
Right.
Yeah.
You just pass it down.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, we didn't do that. We bought new, everything brand new. That's how it goes. My wife's rolling her eyes at me right now. It's great. What is mine? I have a guitar. I have an old Gibson Les Paul. It's an acoustic. It's sitting in my closet right now.
A guitar.
It's worth some money, man. I need to take it in and get it cleaned up and get it fixed. The neck is bent right now, but got passed down from my grandpa. Fun fact: my grandpa used to jam with Dr. John. That's it. That's all I got. That's my claim to fame.
Do you play the guitar?
I used to. I'm not. I can't. If I took it out right now, it would look like I'd never touched a guitar in my life. So it would not be good.
Play the Buzz Lightyear, the ding, 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 ding.
There was a point in
Basically.
time where I could play Iron Man on a guitar.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was literally the only thing I knew how to play.
Okay. I was going to ask you.
Slowly, not legit, but I could do it. It
Yeah.
sounded like Iron Man, but that was it.
That's fun. It was my dude. When I was in high school, I was really into music. I played bass and I had guitars, and would try and play guitar, but I could play bass guitar, and I was actually in a band.
I knew that.
It was hilarious.
What was the band name?
Beauty and Dead Roses. Yeah, just think of that name for a second.
Beauty and-
Yeah, it was.
Beauty and Dead Roses.
It was a fun time. I didn't name the band, but it was who I was in high school. It's fine. I had an eyebrow ring. It was a good time. Anyways, that's it. What's your topic?
I thought we had fun facts. You got a fun fact?
No, I don't have any fun facts. Do you have a fun fact?
Kangaroos can't hop backwards.
I got more. I just didn't want to ruin them all. I'm just gonna wait until more episodes.
Okay. Cool, I guess.
Yeah. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of interactions with kangaroos to have known that. So,
Did you know if you fall to the center of the earth, it takes 19 hours?
no.
There you go.
I found a fun fact today that I don't know if it's entirely true. It's told from my bartender at my work, but he said that Yuengling, the reason it's the oldest brewery is because during the Prohibition they stayed open and sold ice cream. So that's how they stayed open,
Good for
and that's
them.
why they're the oldest brewery.
Be down for some Yuengling ice cream.
Fun
Yeah.
fact.
Did you know there was a disease that went around Europe? I guess America too, probably. And it was because they used to sell ice cream in these little 1-lit cups. And normally the people selling the ice cream were from poor communities. And first of all, the ice cream was made with some bad water, typically, some little suspect water. But in the cups that they would serve it in, basically you would lick it and then give it back. And these people wouldn't clean the cups. So this bad disease was getting passed around. People were dying from I don't know, cholera
ice
or whatever.
cream
Whatever
That's how COVID started.
yeah, basically.
Not really. COVID started because of Rudy Gobert, but
Yeah.
another story for another time.
I thought we were going off the rails on the politics conversation. I was excited.
Yeah, is this another week of we're getting deep, but not too deep after?
Yeah, we didn't get that deep actually.
No,
I was-
we were going to, and then you were the one that drew the line in the sand.
Yeah, it's my fault.
The first question I had was, I don't know if I'm the only one going through this right now. My entire Twitter feed is iPhone wallpapers. You're getting this too? What the hell is happening right now? Literally every third post is just an iPhone wallpaper.
Why? What
And I
kind?
saw-
I kind of
I
like it
don't know.
though. It's so random. It'll be ancient Japan, then it'll
Yeah,
be the sun, then it'll be the stars, and then it'll be a boat, and then it'll be.
I saw one where somebody just posted a picture of black. It was just black.
Yeah.
And that was the background. I was like, this is not a background. It's just... It's people are making wallpapers and sharing it, but it almost feels like it's one person with 1,000 profiles just sharing it. But I knew I wasn't the only one. That's the only reason I'm asking, because I saw other people like ask, "Is
Yeah.
anybody else dealing with this?" And somebody needs to get to the bottom of this.
Well, I can't. I'm part of the problem because one of my wallpapers right now is from one of those pages that I just saw
Jeez.
pop up on my feed. I was like, oh, that's a cool wallpaper. Save.
What's your wallpaper right now?
One of the wallpapers.
We have identified our problem and why they keep popping up on the feeds.
To be fair, I like having the same wallpaper on my phone and my computer and my iPad.
Okay.
So all the ones being shared are iPhone specific. So I took it and I put it in Photoshop and I did the generative expand to get the
above and beyond.
Yeah, to get the full size for my computer. So this part of it actually isn't what was shared on Twitter. It's part of the part that I created, but it is
You're saying that's one of a kind.
one of a kind.
So
yes.
if this is like an NFT, like that's one of one.
Yeah.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
got to edit it at the bottom and say 1/1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But yeah, it's just I don't know why. Like I don't know if it's
So
has anything to do with like the Apple event is happening in like 3 days. I don't know if there's like a tie-in here.
maybe.
Well, for
I have no idea.
the longest time, it's such a first world problem, but trying to get a wallpaper that fit the length of the screen was like the most difficult thing to do for me. So to have it like already the proper length, I can just save it and just.
This was that I was just about to ask.
Yeah, but when you save a picture and you set it as your wallpaper, it blows it up like way bigger, and then it just you have to unzoom it, take a screenshot, and
that's
then,
fair. Like
Mine's
Yeah.
my wife and my daughter.
That's what mine.
Like a normal.
I mean, mine is my family, but then my secondary at the homepage is like one of those cool like.
Oh yeah.
little- it's a volcano and it's got smoke.
My homepage
In the
is
mountains.
it used to be my son in a Spider-Man costume. Now it's my son holding my daughter when she was one. So
I
it's
have-
slightly different.
I have multiple ones. So like I use this one right now, but sometimes I'll switch it and I'll go to I got one of my dog that I took.
yeah. That's a beautiful picture.
I took it. I
Are
took
you a
that picture
photographer?
and edited it.
I mean,
I
he
have
has
one of me
one
and
of
the
one
kids.
wallpaper.
I have
so-
like a nighttime one that's stars. This one's cool.
Who knew? I didn't know you had such a hobby.
I just get bored, man. I have a lot of free time at work sometimes, and I try to find something to do. But yeah, I don't know. I just like the artisticness of some of the ones they're sharing. It's cool to look at.
Okay.
Also, I see my wife and kids every day in the flesh. So, do I have to have them on my phone?
Like no.
If I miss them, I'll
there's
just
no
FaceTime them.
there's no law that says like you have to have them on your own. I mean,
You know.
is what it is. Is what it is. Anyways, I had a thought. You mentioned Japan, and it made it. I don't know why. All day I've been walking around.
Chad has thoughts about Japan.
Chad does have
That's a
thoughts about
callback.
Japan. That is a callback. All day I've been walking around singing the Fast and Furious theme. I wonder if you know how to live in Tokyo. Yeah, exactly. And it. Number one, now I have another question. Number one, I was gonna ask if you had to live in any country for the rest of your life, what country would you pick?
It can't be America.
I mean, it can be America if you want it to be. If you want to be that guy, America.
I'm not big on change. I don't know if I could go away. Like, that's having to learn a whole new
The
lifestyle.
man who
and culture.
changes his damn wallpaper every
Well, no,
5
it's
minutes.
Like having to learn a whole new culture and lifestyle feels.
Tokyo would be cool,
That's what I'm thinking.
especially since we're all pretty tall. So
Yeah, you'd be a star. You'd be a celebrity. They'd be like,
it's
"Who's this big
cheaper to
white
live
guy?"
out- It's cheaper to live out there. Language barrier would be tough, but
There's also, I mean, you got to dodge radiation here and there, but there's other things to do. There's like great skiing. I'm sure there's a beach somewhere. There's Tokyo Disney that my wife's
Food.
trying to drag me
Big
to, and I want to
ramen
go
guy.
to. Big what?
big ramen guy.
Big ramen guy. Big sushi guy. So yeah, I would love that.
I feel like I could fit in well in Ireland for some reason.
Be cool.
Yeah, drink beer, eat potatoes.
Yeah, that's life.
That's it.
That's it.
Shepherd's
You
pie.
basically speak their language. Like you don't have to learn that there.
Have you ever heard someone from Ireland talk?
Yeah, you just have to learn this, like the slang
Yeah.
and things like that. But I have friends that went to Ireland and they did like wild horseback riding and stuff. Like it seems like a cool place to live. But I'm scared of horses, so I don't know that I would want to do that. But my wife likes horses. My kids like horses, so that would be cool, I guess.
You learn something new every day. I didn't know you were scared of horses. I feel like you told me that once, and I don't know. I didn't
don't
give you
like
enough crap
horses.
about it. You don't like them, or you're scared of them?
There's like a line in between there somewhere. So snakes, like deathly afraid. Snakes and flying, deathly afraid. Horses, I'm just like, I would prefer not to be by a horse. But like at a parade when they're like walking by, I don't like run from them. Like I have an aunt that legit runs to the back. But I'm like, okay. I have a fear that a horse is just going to randomly kick the shit out of me for no reason. I feel like that happens sometimes.
They have a lot of like hidden power. You're just like, this horse at any time could just one kick and up slump to get, you know.
What a sell. The way you just sold that was phenomenal.
I mean, sign me up, you know.
Like eyes rolled in the back of your head. That was great.
What other random fears do you have?
Random fears. I always have a fear of choking on food.
Oh, this is true. This is the worst person to go out to eat with. You better plan your entire night around being at a restaurant, because it is going to take an hour to just eat his food.
Yeah.
It's the slowest, and God forbid if it's steak. Good Lord.
I've gotten better. Steak was always like, I used to be afraid to eat steak because I'm like, I'm gonna take 2 bites and start choking. I don't know if it's like a acid reflux thing that I feel like it is, because sometimes I'll like burp and then I'll be like, oh, I'm not choking anymore.
Didn't you actually almost choke at like when you were working at Domino's?
Multiple
and
times.
Then almost died.
I went to my my cousin's church in Mississippi, and it's like 100 people, and he's introduced me to all his friends, and we're all eating, and then I'm just starts choking on a hamburger, and I'm like, he's like, you all right? I'm like, mm-hmm. I like go in the trash can, I'm like gagging myself.
I feel like I'm not a doctor, but there's probably some type of like gastric issue going on here. That you
my dad had it, and supposedly there's some kind of surgery that you can like expand your throat and you don't choke.
This is a wild episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you ever brush your teeth and just immediately understand that you'd be really bad at being a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Supposedly some kind of trick. You like hold your thumb, you won't gag.
Okay.
Try next time you brush your teeth. And only when you brush your teeth, because that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a fear. I don't like people touching my belly button.
No. Yeah. I don't like. Same boat.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh man.
I just don't know. I don't.
It's
I
like
feel like they're gonna go through my stomach, like into my stomach.
It's a connection you had when you were being born, and it's like that was a thing at some point, and then just for people to like touch your belly button, it feels like it's just
my
a
son has
violation.
tried to poke my belly button. I've just instinctively smacked the shit out of his head. Like, no, go away. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable.
I don't know if I like it, but I don't know. I'm not. There's no like.
So there's a movie. It's a Daniel Radcliffe is like the main character. It's not Harry Potter. Before somebody just chimes in, like, but there's a scene where he gets tied up by like a tree that comes alive, and he's in the forest,
Kinky.
and a snake comes out of his belly button. I was like, this is my worst fear. I was like, what are the chances that my two fears just combined here? The only way it could have been
tree
worse.
comes to life, first of all, and then a snake just rips out of my belly button.
The only way it could have been worse if he was on a plane. Also, snakes on a plane, nightmare fuel.
It's kind of scary, actually, thinking about it. Snakes on a plane was ahead of its time. Well, I guess it was on time, but you know.
Claustrophobia, get that too. Like anytime I can't watch those like the cave miners and stuff when they're like climbing down the deep holes and it's getting tighter, and then they gotta like, and I'm just like,
that does freak me out.
The claustrophobia.
I wasn't thinking of that one. I was thinking of like heights, like flying, which I have to fly a lot. Claustrophobia is probably like the top one. That I literally like sitting here thinking about it. I'm like,
and like being like restricted.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
The worst like 35 seconds in life are when a roller coaster ends and you're sitting waiting for the one in front of you, and you're like, okay, we can take this off now.
Or the beginning, like when they push it and you're like, yeah, it's tight, and then they come by and
when
it
you
clicks
go
more
one,
time, like,
one notch too many. Oof.
I don't know. I get scared on roller coasters if it's like too loose, and then I'm like, whoa. Fix it. Hold on, check this. Please check this.
Never wanted to be
I don't
too
think mine
loose.
buckled. I don't think mine buckled.
What other topics we got?
I am a good Christian man. We are off the rails.
I mentioned my son. What are some empty threats? What are your favorite empty threats to make to your kids?
I don't know. They haven't been empty lately. I'll be honest. We've gotten to a point where my child is being so bad that they can't be empty, because then she's just like, ha, I did it. And I'm like, So yeah, they're not empty anymore. They were. I remember there was one time though where it wasn't even an empty threat. It was just like counting. Like how you, hey, 1, 2, and then she looked at me and she's like, "What happens when you get to 3?" And I was like, "I don't know yet. We're gonna figure that out." Oh yeah, she counted with us one time. That was good. Good times. She is gonna lead the prison. It's
Don't know whether to be proud or be pissed off.
Yeah,
good counting, but that's not what we're trying to accomplish here.
It's always there's the counting. There's I'll take this away from you for a few days. That never happens.
Yeah, I can't. I'm at a point where if I do threaten something, I have to follow through. Because if I don't, it's like it's over forever, forever.
I just don't like. I feel like we make a threat, and even if we follow through on it, he's just like,
I don't care. All right.
What else could I do to terrorize the village?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they stress me out. Today he referred to me as you.
Oh.
Like I was doing something. He's just like, yeah, you. Like, hold up. Who the fuck are you talking to right now? And then I say, who do you think you're talking to? You. Like, what is happening right now? My son is coming into his own, and it's not a fun time.
Yeah, it's tough. We had a day.
Parenthood.
Yeah. I was trying to keep that out of my head, but it's back.
There it is.
There it is. Oh yeah. We had a lady in pink in our house today. So
Excuse me?
we had a situation today where I'm cutting the grass. I'm outside and my daughter's napping and I come inside or she wakes up while I'm cutting the grass. She comes outside and she's like riding her bike for like 5 minutes and we come back inside. She's like, "Dad, there was a woman with pink shorts by the stairs and it wasn't mommy. Who was it?" And I'm like,
Nope.
Get in the car right now.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yep.
Hold on. First of all, so I'm not gonna lie, I instantly went into like damage control mode because I was like, you're gonna tell your mother this when she gets home, and she's gonna think there was a woman in this house. Yeah. You don't know what you're doing to me right now.
There's a lady in the house, mommy.
But it did turn into throughout the day with her continuing to like insist that it was real. Now I'm like, hold on, like, what the hell are we seeing in here?
At least it was like, I guess out of all the clothing it could wear, at least like pink shorts is kind of like, maybe it's friendly.
I guess.
They're like, there's a lady in a long white dress. Then you're like,
that'd be
okay.
creepy.
I don't think it matters who it is at that point. Man, woman, child. If you're seeing somebody that's not in this house, we have a problem.
And it's usually the kids that can see it, so you like almost have to believe them in a sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I played along for a minute, but then I was like, no.
Maybe it's
fine.
built on a burial ground.
This house?
Mm-hmm.
We're here right now. She was dark complected, pink shorts, brown hair. Mm-hmm. She didn't know what she looked like, but she did walk like this.
I love that so much. I saw a meme online that I really connected with, and it said, "Nothing is stronger than a bond between a man and a mediocre wide receiver he watched when he was young."
Oh, yes.
And the picture was Brandon Coleman.
Yeah, that's one. He was so tall.
I swear. You come into the league at 6'5" and can run a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be good so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I had that with a Steeler fan. I feel like Martavis Bryant. He had a couple good years, but I'm like, he's gonna be good. He's gonna break it out.
Oh, Saints fans know nothing but mediocre receivers. Marquez Callaway was gonna be a guy.
He was the man. All right. The way he laid out in that one preseason game for that one catch.
That's what it is. It's just one. It's always one play.
Yeah.
It goes. It's not even just. What?
Oh, beer him.
It's not even like just receivers.
I was gonna kiss at you again, but
Well, that would have been fun. You could have kissed that.
It's not even just receivers. You just start naming mediocre players, and I'm in.
Mediocre.
I could do that
player.
for hours.
Chad Morton.
Yep.
I don't know.
Ben
What
Jarvis,
position?
Green Ellis.
That's a good one. Those are running backs. I don't know. I'm trying to think like mediocre. I was gonna like you said Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis.
The law firm.
I know. I immediately thought of Tiki Barber, but he's not
Too good.
mediocre.
Too good for this game.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
This game.
mediocre just receiver. Or mediocre.
Yeah,
Just in general.
whatever.
Anime Ojo. Saints. Way long time ago.
Aaron Stecker.
Ooh, or as the old folks used to call him, Steckler.
Yeah.
You ever have a person in your family who just can't pronounce a person's name? It's great. Yeah, my dad does do that. That's not even who I was talking
Just
about.
got to identify him by the jersey number.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah.
That's right. That was Aaron Stecker's number. Shout out.
See,
Yeah, I don't know what else. There's more. I just none of them like come to
There you
mind
go.
right now.
We'll continue the show as you think of them. Just blurt them out.
Oh, that's fine. Good.
We'll do that. No, nobody's gonna be focused on what we're talking about.
Yeah, my mind's gonna be like, oh, that guy that played running back at Miami University that one year. What was his name?
Frank Gore.
Yeah, well, there was a bunch of them.
Too good.
Willis
Way too
McGahee.
good for this game.
Yeah, way too good. Both of them are too good for this game.
Duke Johnson.
That's one. That's a good one. I don't know. I don't want to do this. Roydell Williams.
We're never gonna stop.
Tulane players. I could shout out the Moeldy Moore. Let's just go down the list of
Moeldy
Tulane players.
Moore.
They all play.
What a throwback.
Wow. JP Lossman.
Patrick Ramsey.
This is never gonna stop. What else should we get?
Oh, I don't know. Did you had a fun something? I got some stuff too. We could just keep
I have
talking
a
and go
hot
down the
take.
rabbit hole.
I have a hot take.
Yeah, you have a hot take.
Yeah, I think that I've determined that Canes is unseasoned and very overrated.
Wait. Thank you. This is a hot take. First of all, that you just determined.
I feel like Canes is just people hype it up a lot, and just the more I have it, look, I like Canes. If I eat it inside, it's solid, but it's just the sauce is carrying 90% of the weight.
I was gonna say, I don't know that you're wrong, but I feel like it can still yes, but it's also still good somehow.
Toast is great. Sweet tea is great.
Yeah, it is the sauce. Like the sauce.
The sauce
carries
is
it.
carrying. Like if there wasn't the sauce, I don't know how often I would go to Canes.
But also, I'm like, I still like Cane's. So,
Yeah, but if you didn't have cane sauce, how much would you
well,
still
I
go to
didn't.
Canes?
I used to not like cane sauce. If you remember, I didn't really start liking cane sauce for a while.
I think the thing with Canes is like it's seasoned just enough. It's almost like
Is it,
it's
though?
like the
Is it
it's
though?
like the
Is it really
the
seasoned?
qua of the chicken places. You know, they're like seasoning, and then like that's it, and then you dip it in sauce.
Canes is, but their chicken quality is hit and miss as of recently though. Like sometimes you just get 80% breading and 20% meat.
I don't think it's unseasoned. I think it's just seasoned with only salt.
Not even a lot of it though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like it's
very
just like a
unseasoned.
little bit.
Like
The fries
Popeyes,
are like
you
that,
can
too.
tell uses.
Oh, well, Popeyes is
But what I'm saying is
Herbs
Popeyes,
and
in
spices.
comparison, uses
what?
actual seasoning.
Yeah.
And like different seasonings.
There's a little garlic powder, a little
Yeah.
onion powder in there. They
Cane's
got
is
some
like,
paprika.
here's some salt, and you're gonna like it.
And sometimes you may not
There's-
even have that.
Oddly enough, I think there's more seasoning in their sauce than their chicken.
Oh, there's way more. I think the thing about Canes is it's just like fried to perfection. Like it's always juicy. It's always crisp. A tailgate's not, but that's different.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem with Canes though. It's like as soon as you get it in the drive-through, you have to open the box, or else the condensation by the time you get home, the fries are soggy, the chicken's soggy.
yeah.
It loses that crispiness. That's what I'm saying. If you eat it inside, I'll get fries. But if not, I'm not touching
I
fries.
feel like it's great, like parade route food. You know, like you're getting drunk. It's Popeyes is better. You're right. I mean, listen, Popeyes is the parade route
Right.
food. But yeah, I mean, or like Brothers Chicken.
Yeah, I was
You gotta-
gonna say you get a box of when you would go like on St. Charles or whatever, and they had the Brothers, you could get the box of 30 pieces
Oh, yeah.
for like $30, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just slaps.
Oh yeah. I know.
Brothers, super underrated. I saw somebody post is another meme, really, I guess. They were like, I'd rather eat gas station food in Louisiana than a 5-star restaurant in New York.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, maybe. Some gas stations, not like a racetrack, but like a Brothers Chicken.
I want to give New York some respect. I've never been there,
Me
but
either.
I've heard that the food there is actually phenomenal. Like they've got some really good restaurants out there.
But is it beating crunchy, crispy chicken though?
I don't know if that's fair. I don't know. It's a whole different world.
Yeah,
Different world.
What other gas station foods are? Because I only think like gas station chicken.
Oh,
What
come
other-
on now.
What am I missing? Like, what am I forgetting?
You never been pizza, but that's not even where my mind
Like
went.
what?
Yeah, like
but what
boudin
pizza?
balls.
I'm thinking of like growing up, like walking around, like I guess it's River Ridge or Kenner. Like there was a little carton carry on the corner, and they sold like Chinese food.
Yeah,
and it was like the
some egg
best Chinese food I
rolls.
ever had.
Mhm.
It was so good. But that, like the pizza, boudin balls,
Boudin balls.
boudin.
Yeah. I'm also like, I'm taking Buc-ee's out of this equation. Like Buc-ee's has a
Buc-ee's
full-
doesn't
is a
count.
gal.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is its own store. It's not a gas. It's not a gas station.
Buc-ee's just doesn't count in general. I don't even know how to. It doesn't fit into a category. It is a gas station, but it is not.
It's its own category.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I still enjoy Cane's, but sauce is definitely carrying the weight there.
No, for sure.
Are there any fast food places? So, like, you're saying it's worse when you get home, which is a fact, because of the sogginess. Are there any that, like, hold up from the time you get from restaurant to home, or even maybe get better? Because I have a...
Does Five Guys count?
That was going to be my suggestion, but it's not fast. This is a debate, not a debate we've had, but I think we agreed that Five Guys is not fast food.
I don't think we agreed. I think you said it, and you just assumed
I thought you went along with it. I thought we agreed you had to have a drive-through to be fast food.
That was your point. I said I understand where you're coming from.
If you don't
it's
push,
kind of like when my wife says something, and I'm like, I understand what you're saying.
but if you don't push back on it and say no, it's not, then it feels like you're agreeing. But anyway,
I do have a gripe with Five Guys though, because I'm a big fan of the pickup order where you could just like Chipotle or...
If you are about to complain about the amount of fries they put in the
No,
bag,
no.
we're in a fight.
No, but the whole purpose of ordering something to pick it up at a certain time is so when I go there, it's on a shelf. I can pick it up, take it home. Five Guys is notorious. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna pick it up at 6:30. I get there at 6:30. They're like, what's your name? Like, all right, it'll be right out. And then it's a hit and miss because it's like I get it because they're trying to make everything fresh.
Yeah.
But it's like it defeats the purpose of me saying I'm gonna be there at 6:30 to pick it up. I'm better off just going there and ordering it.
But you don't have to wait in the line.
Yeah, but you still do technically. I mean, if you tell them like, "Hey, this is what I'm," it's
Yeah.
like,
I feel like
don't make it to order. Make it when I tell I'm gonna be there.
if you can have it up within like 2 minutes of me coming, if you tell me, okay, we're making it now, and it's up within like a couple minutes, I'm good. Because I think I prefer that. I'd rather it than. I feel like the alternative is them having it ready at like 6:20 and it's sitting there for 10 minutes until
And that
you
happens
get there.
too. You say 6:30 and then you get there and it's out at like 6:15 and it's just
Yeah.
cold by the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I would say Five Guys because if it counts as fast food because it's wrapped in the aluminum foil and by the time you get home the cheese is melted even more into the burger. And
Yeah.
The bag is
Mm-hmm.
just
so
Falling apart.
Yeah.
It's just, I haven't had any of this in so long. I'm just like,
Five Guys. I'm a sucker for Five Guys. If there's probably like the one, if you count it as fast food, it's probably the thing I get the most. Like when I have like a cheat meal, I'm not gonna go to like a McDonald's or something. I'm gonna go to Five Guys and at least make it a good burger. Because Five Guys, like as far as fast food goes, it's a solid burger.
welcome to Good Burger. Home
So,
of Good Burger. Can I take your order?
We're kind of talking about food and health, and so I was kind of curious because Jason.
Health is questionable.
Yeah, we're talking about fast food, and he said, "Well, I haven't had Five Guys in a while, so
haven't.
healthy patty over there."
Tried to eat Taco Bell and I was too drunk too, and I fell asleep. So
Drunk to eat Taco Bell.
literally ordered it and was like, "Nah." I
How
don't
drunk
want
were you to be too
it.
drunk
You
for
know,
Taco
It
Bell?
was a night.
Jason Kelsey had posted something earlier this week about how he shared a post from a doctor saying that they did some study where people who actively washed their legs and their feet had more bacteria than people who didn't wash their feet and legs. So he was saying that when you guys going to agree with this, he's like basically saying that he only washes his hot spots. So I'm assuming like
Pits.
privates, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said only people who aren't in with big soap people would understand. So my question is, was there ever something that you did before that you thought, well, I've heard this has good health benefits? Mine, for example, was the cold showers. They said cold showers has a bunch of health benefits. I did it for about a month and then took one hot shower and like a crackhead going back to crack. I was like, all right, it's over. I'm going back to hot showers.
Yeah. I tried the cold showers too. Juice is not worth the squeeze
No.
on
I was
the
like, this
cold
is-
shower.
They're like, you get used to it. A month in, I'm like, shit.
You don't
It's
get
still
used to
cold.
it. I don't feel like you would get used
Never
to it.
get used to it.
I've never tried to. Well, I've taken cold showers, but not by choice.
Not on purpose.
Like Hurricane Katrina rolled through, and we just didn't have hot water. And you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, I don't know. Like probably like random, like health foods that aren't actually health foods.
Yeah. They're like, they
Just
say if you
dumb
eat
stuff.
this,
Yeah,
it's good for your blah, 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 blah.
yeah. You eat pineapple. It's never mind.
Yeah. I heard that.
Mine would probably be the cold showers for sure. I'd definitely try the cold showers, and it's just like, no, this doesn't doesn't do it for me. I don't even remember when you're doing it. You're like, I don't even remember what the health benefits are,
like,
but it ain't worth it.
Get me the hell out of the shower as fast
Can
as I
extend your
can.
life by 5 years. You know what?
Yeah.
I think
it's
I'm
good for your
good.
skin. It's good for your hair. It's good for your blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
Put your body in shock.
Yeah.
Is what it does. It doesn't
well, that's
feel-
the whole purpose of it, I think, too, is like it puts your body in shock. And so it increases like,
Yeah, it's just
blood
like cold
flow
plunging.
and-
Well, it's not the same, but it's similar concept.
Well, I told this story. It was a few weeks ago. Remember, I was literally taking a shower. My power went out. Turns out my tankless water heater is controlled by the electricity as well. So I'm in the shower, and the water just went ice cold. And like I had a decision to make of whether to just wait it out until it came back on or embrace it. Oh, it was terrible.
going back to your roots and the cold showers, man. You just got to embrace it.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
All right, let's see what I got here. I got some stuff. We have any games? I want to play a game. I
Didn't
want to
have
play a
any
game.
games.
Got the
Shit.
fun Mad Lib. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but we can do
I got some random stuff, but none of them are great. You know, like one of them's like, would you buy a Cybertruck?
I've seen more Cybertrucks in the past like 2 weeks than I have
So
this entire year.
Chad put in I don't know if you remember, he put in a pre-order for a Cybertruck. It was like $100 when they first announced it to get on the list to be able to pre-order. And he got his email for it like 3 or 4 days ago, and he's been just trying to decide whether he's going to go through with it or not. He's like, he wants to buy it and then sell it for a premium, or
It's I'm gonna say only before this ends, but it's only like $100,000. Like it's not like super expensive like you would think.
I don't
I think
know.
like the base packages start at like 80.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the more you get,
I will
on it.
say I've seen him in person a couple times too. Not something I would really want to drive, but it isn't as bad as I thought it would look. Like it is like, oh, like it catches your eye and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. But it's not something I would want to drive.
Have you seen the ones where like people have like, I don't know if they've actually polished them or if they've done something to the actual outside of the truck where it's like a mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
almost
cool.
looks invisible. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see Kanye's?
No.
No.
I try to not pay attention to Kanye.
His looks like, I can't even describe what it looks like. It's like it's a huge structure on top of the Cybertruck, so it's like even bigger, and it just looks ridiculous. But that's Kanye.
That is Kanye.
The only other thing I saw about the Cybertruck, like I think they fixed it with with the update, but the trunk didn't stop
Oh,
when it
yeah,
would have when
jeez.
it would feel something in between it, or it would stop too late. So like this dude just kept testing like what he could put in it. Like he put a whole carrot and it just sliced the carrot in half. He did like a carrot, then he did like an eggplant, and it was just slicing it in half.
Jeez.
Feels dangerous.
Yeah, and then I think they fixed it like a few days later with a with the update.
Yeah.
And he did the same test, and it stopped like immediately. But for a few weeks there, it was just like tearing shit apart.
Tearing it apart.
Yep.
You got Mad Libs? What you got over there?
We can get into one if you want.
Yeah, if you don't get into something fun, I'm bringing up a sports topic. So
We probably should. I was thinking this. We should probably talk about sports. Like we are slightly a sports podcast. You know,
sports
like
adjacent.
sports adjacent. Yeah, definitely more of like a pop culture. You know,
Yeah.
current events.
I just wanted to talk hockey. Hockey is
Oh boy.
relevant right now,
Okay.
specific to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of a NHL team coming to New Orleans
Mm-hmm.
has been brought up as a possibility. I don't know if anybody actually thinks it's going to happen. But we have like 3 different levels of like connection to hockey here. So I feel like we could get some interesting conversations here. So what are your thoughts on the possibility of hockey coming to New Orleans?
I don't think it's possible. I'm just gonna put a big stink on it right there. I feel bad saying that. I don't think New Orleans needs any other professional sports team. The population is shrinking, and unless they come in and win, they're gonna fail.
So the NHL expansion, though,
Yeah, no.
is built for teams to be good right away.
Yeah.
Like Vegas is like that's a flash in the pan thing, going to a
Yeah.
Stanley Cup in the first year. But the Seattle team made the playoffs, I think, each of the first 2 years. And I think the only way it can be successful is if you get a new team, and if they do that right away, people are going to buy in.
Yeah. I wonder. I am really curious to know what the market's like here for that. I mean, I know like it's like the same size as like an NBA arena, so it's not terrible. But I'm curious as to like how many hockey fans actually live in Louisiana or actually are in the metro area.
Well, when we lived in Lafayette, they had the Ice Gators at the time. And it was kind of like a minor league hockey team, and they did pretty decent. But then, like all feel like minor league teams, they just eventually phased out and then weren't a thing. Supposedly they were trying to come back, but I thought there was something last year that Baton Rouge was,
and apparently it did well.
hockey
The
team?
Zydeco. They said the Zydeco did well, and then that led to the Moccasins, which is the guy that mentioned the NHL team in New Orleans. Like he wants to be the one to do it, but and then they tested it in Mississippi, in Gulfport, and that did really well, which is why Baton Rouge got the team. So it's like in this area, it's starting to grow a little bit. There's actually, I went play a couple times at the Wharf.
You went played?
Yeah, I did. I went play like roller hockey, and these dudes were legit. And they're actually a like lower level team now. Like they became a lower level team.
There's like roller hockey leagues?
Well, now that they do ice hockey.
Oh,
now.
okay.
But it's like it seems like it's growing down here more than in the past. And I don't know. I think it could work. I think they have to be successful right away.
Yeah.
Is the key. Also, I think the arena has to be upgraded. Like
100%.
It can't be the Smoothie King Center as its current state. Like I don't think that's going to work. Like that's barely suitable for the Pels.
Yeah, I think if they're coming, that's a good sign for the Pels, or maybe it's a bad sign. Maybe that means the Pels are gone.
That's the thing. Like the Saints are cemented. Like they're always going to be number one in New Orleans. I think. I don't think there's anything the Pels can do to overtake that.
No.
They'd have to go on like a Warriors type of run, I think, to even get close.
Yeah,
But
and the Saints would have to be terrible for
yeah,
or like kind of how they are for the next couple of years, and then it'd be like, you know what?
if the Pels were to stay, like they're talking within like the next 5 years is when the NHL wants to do another expansion. If the Pels were to stay like as they are right now, and then a NHL expansion team comes in 4 or 5 years and is good and makes the playoffs like 3 years, their first 3 years, I don't think it's crazy to think that they could surpass the Pels, because hockey is one of those sports where if you like dive into it and just really expose yourself to it, you'll get hooked. Because it's a blast.
It's just it's tough to know what it can do, because obviously for purposes like Louisiana's not a big hockey state.
Yeah.
So it's really like kids don't grow up playing hockey down here like they do up north, and so it's hard to really tell like how many people you would have into it.
But I feel like a young like this, like our generation and below are like more open to new sports now. Like soccer's getting bigger in America. Pickleball, like I feel like they just want to embrace new sports.
It's having a moment.
So I think it could work. I don't like the idea of comparing it to the brass. I don't think you can compare it to.
Well, it's a professional. They're both professionals, but it's the highest level.
It's
and
also,
there's a major difference.
But it's also a completely different generation.
Yeah.
Like there's still like I was a kid when the brass were here, like young, and now I've grown up with it. The people that were adults then are like.
You know what's funny though? You mentioned that everybody I've talked to about the brass that's like our age loved the brass.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But we're the people that would be like the key like fan base for a new team. Like, have you seen any, like you're saying you don't think it could work, but that doesn't necessarily mean you wouldn't be excited for it.
I just worry that it wouldn't work. I think there's so much unknown. And like I said, there's the dynamics and the economics around the city of New Orleans are just not looking great. So like, why? Like what owner in their right mind is like, you know where I'm going to move a team? This city that's definitely regressing and can't support 2 other teams.
Yeah.
I just can't pay the payments of the.
They can. That's a whole nother. They can definitely do that.
Yeah. I just like I haven't seen a single. There was like no pushback on it. Like I didn't see anybody be like, "We don't want that."
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Yeah, do it."
Yeah, of course.
The only other thing I've seen was, "Would you prefer that or baseball?" Which is tough for me. Like I love baseball, but I think I'd prefer a hockey team.
I don't know if I'd prefer hockey, but I think hockey makes more sense. Which is crazy, right? Because it's New Orleans. Why would you put hockey in New Orleans? But to me, it just makes more sense. Like it's a smaller venue, easier to support, like less games.
I think it's easier to get people into hockey than baseball. Even with like the new version of baseball that's faster and more entertaining, it's still hard to get people.
Like a banana
A bananas team? Oh, like a Savannah bananas team?
We can have a glow in the dark league. Have you seen this?
I haven't.
Oh,
Those are cool.
talk about nothing seems more impractical than glow in the dark baseball. These they literally cut the lights off, and they're all in like fluorescent glow in the dark jerseys. The ball glows in the dark,
Nice.
and you say nice, but like it looks and sounds terrifying.
It is a little
they
scary.
they literally have to put a net up in front of the pitcher, like the practice net or whatever, the pitching net, because he can't see the ball.
See a flying green light.
Yeah. The only highlight I've seen is the center fielder misreading the ball and not catching it. It just seems like a disaster. But somehow the score was 0-0 at the time, and it's like the end of the game. So I don't know what is happening here, but it is a thing that's starting to happen.
But just to go back to kind of what you're saying too, though, it's like I feel like no one's really saying no because I feel like there is kind of a push for people to get, especially in New Orleans, to get another professional team. They're just, it's been Saints and Hornets, now Pels for so long that it's just like we've had the Voodoo come in there, we've had the Zephyrs and then the Baby Cakes, and then it's almost like an itch to maybe have something, but like you said, you just feel like two is kind of.
But this, right now specifically, both teams are also kind of down.
Yeah.
The Saints are, well, I don't want to say down. They're both literally meh.
They could go either
right
way.
in the middle.
Yeah,
so it's the city just wants a team that can come in and win. And they're like, well, if we get a third team, maybe they will win. I feel like that's in the back of people's head a little bit too. Personally, I just like hockey, and I just want to be able to go to more hockey, professional hockey games. And I think New Orleans, if bought in, could be an awesome atmosphere.
It could be cool
for it.
Start talking about branding and all that. We were talking about that the other day. Yeah. If they embrace the voodoo theme, I think that would be really cool.
You're in somewhat the same boat as me. If it happened, what happens with your Penguins? You've been a Penguins fan for way longer than I've been a Knights fan.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely support them.
But so for me, they instantly become my number one hockey team.
Because for me, being a Pittsburgh guy, we've never had a professional basketball team, so it's either you're a Phillies fan, but I've always for me growing up, obviously Steeler and Pirates fan, I've been attached to the players more so than anything. So I was a big Derrick Rose guy, so I was I had an affiliation for the Bulls for a little while. Then I was a big Steve Nash guy, so then I had an affiliation for the Suns for a little bit, and then when I came down here right after Katrina, obviously just actually started to have a team that I could start supporting, and then was kind of Hornets and Pels. So I feel like for me, it's the same kind of situation. I've always liked the Penguins, but if they were to have a hockey team out here or baseball, I feel like I would have to support them in a sense.
Yeah, I think it would be, for me, they'd be my number one team. But I'm not just going to stop being a Knights fan. But if they went head to head, it would always be the New Orleans.
Yeah, in a perfect world, they would end up in opposite divisions.
Yeah.
That way you can root for them to go against each other.
I mean, the city is technically east. If you cut the state down the.
Not according to the NBA.
Country down the middle. Yeah, no, that's why. That's actually exactly why I said that. Never made any sense to me. Yeah.
What else you got? That's it.
I got random questions. I think we should close with something fun though.
Yeah. I got the Mad Lib.
We could do the Mad Libs. We could pick a random game. I could read "Am I the A-hole" from Reddit. Kind of do any of this. What are you thinking? Choose your poison.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do it all.
All right,
Mad Lib's not
do
gonna
Mad
take
Libs
long.
first, and I'll see if I can find a good "Am I the A-hole."
Danny
While I
Amendola.
pull this up, you brought Ed Sheeran talk about his flowers. Not really a person, but I believe Golden Corral deserves its flowers.
I agree.
What?
Shout out to Ryan's.
Golden
Ryan's
Corral,
maybe.
I feel like it's just
Don't disrespect Golden Corral though. Hold on now.
What?
Golden Corral has been a staple and it's still around, and
It's like just a buffet. It's okay.
it's not just a buffet.
All right. We want to talk Piccadilly or Ryan's or something like that. Then we can have a conversation. Golden
Is there
Corral.
much of a difference between Ryan's and Golden Corral?
Yes, Ryan's is better.
It's debatable.
I don't know. I haven't been to a Ryan's in decades. I went when I was
If there's still a thing,
a
the one
wee
in
lad.
the one in Slotto closed pre-COVID.
that was the one I used to go to as a kid.
Eli Rogers.
Yeah, there's a lot of Steelers receivers that you could be like.
Oh. Okay.
We had the late end of Darius Hayward Bay. He did absolutely nothing. was the Colts receiver.
Get the Mad Lib ready.
The Colts receiver that we had that had hands of bricks. He was with us for like a year.
Ooh, Austin Collie.
Oh man,
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
That
yeah.
guy.
He doesn't even know where he's
Yeah,
at.
he doesn't
right
know
now.
he played football.
They're like, if you get one more CTE, you will be dead. And he's like, I gotta go out there and catch for Peyton. I gotta do it. All right.
Yeah. Brian Milne.
We're gonna play a game.
Okay.
We'll play the percentile game again for anybody who watched that last week.
Okay.
Who wants to do the word?
I ended it last time, so
I could start it. Hold on.
So
Hold
we're
on.
doing one. I'm not gonna do a bunch of them. So
pick a good.
Okay. Okay.
Bigger
Okay. Got it.
okay.
This is gonna be hard. Now that I thought.
Oh Jesus. Shoes.
5%.
Clothing.
I mean, 10%.
Okay. Closer. Food.
Like 40%.
All right.
Hockey stick.
35%.
Trying to see if it was like a
Snowball.
0%.
You yelled at me last week when I just said no. How did you hear the percent? What'd you say?
0%.
Okay.
pocket watch.
65%.
Ooh. Sunglasses.
Like 5%.
China plates.
Like 30%.
I'm trying to think like collectibles.
Alarm clock.
0%. I don't know if I'm talking loud enough either. Let me make sure I'm talking in this
Stopwatch
microphone.
was 65.
Yeah. Shit, I don't even have a...
Watch in general.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. As I thought of the word, I was like, "Shit, why did I pick that word?"
Can you?
Can you buy a vowel?
Yeah. In honor of the guy from
RSTLD.
Wheel of Fortune retiring.
What do you want me to do? You want me to give you a vowel? Give you what it starts with?
Yeah. You want to do that? Which ones? You can give us what it starts with, maybe.
I can give you.
Give us a category.
It's a noun.
I'm out of nouns. We just made 75 of them for the Mad Lib.
Oh man.
I don't even know what I've guessed already.
Soda.
30%.
These percentages are all over the place.
25%.
A pocket watch
Yeah.
is 65. I can't even think of another thing close to a pocket watch. I'm like, a pocket watch. Okay, you got to watch.
Like
you got to
like
watch.
10%.
Yeah, clothing was like 5%, but pocket watches.
Ring, like wedding ring.
A wedding ring specifically, or just ring?
Okay,
Wedding
he's
ring?
going to guess wedding ring, and then I'm going to guess ring. So
I'm-
just give us the percentage.
Wedding ring. Doesn't like 50%.
Sounds like an accessory.
Ring. I guess like more like 70%, like the pocket watch.
A bracelet.
No, like 70%.
Necklace.
70%.
Live strong bracelet.
0%.
Eyebrow piercing.
0%. No, not jewelry.
They-
I mean, are you saying jewelry as a cat, like just overall? I mean, 70%. Jewelry in general is
We're
70%.
going in the right direction. It's an accessory, I
Yeah.
feel.
Nipple ring.
0%.
I feel like the wrist. It feels like the or like the arm. Feels.
Tattoo.
A tattoo.
That was gonna be my guess. Good guess.
I feel like depends on the. This one's tough.
How do you think we feel?
I know. Give,
It's tough for you to give us a percentage.
60%.
Hmm.
This one's gonna be a long into the episode. Apple Watch 0%.
How is a pocket watch 65 and an Apple Watch 0? They're both watches. I feel like there's some middle ground.
Because it's not necessarily the watch.
Is it the pocket?
Heirloom? What is
Batteries.
heirloom?
Yeah.
What is an heirloom? Oh, like something like a keepsake, like something.
A hand.
0%. Hand.
Yeah.
Hand. Hold on.
Job.
50%.
You said it's not necessarily the watch. I'm thinking the hands of a.
No. It's what's wearing the watch. I'll give you a hint.
Nobody's wearing it. It's a pocket watch.
Well, it's what's carrying the pocket watch and all the jewelry.
Tommy Shelby.
Fanny pack.
Who's Tommy Shelby?
Tommy Shelby. I see.
Who is that?
Peaky Blinders. No. He wears pocket watches all the time.
90%?
Well, I don't know anything about Peaky Blinders, so.
I don't know a ton about it. I'm going off of what I'm assuming.
The Mafia.
99%?
Scarface.
99%? I don't know if Scarface
Al Pacino.
counts, but we're going backwards here. So 50%.
Goodfellas.
99.9%?
Sopranos.
99.9%?
I feel like it might be a specific character.
Tony.
No.
Tony Soprano.
I mean, you're at 90%. Like,
so this show
or
is
95. What was that guy?
99.
What did I give the other guy? 95, 90.
Tommy Shelby.
Come on now. I feel like we got so close. I don't know how we even got here, but we're
Me
getting.
either. The Mob.
I mean,
Lil Wayne.
5%.
No way, it's 5%. The
Lil
Mob.
Wayne. Lil Wayne. You said Lil Wayne. Sorry.
The Mob.
You said Lil Wayne. And sorry, I'm rating Lil Wayne. I thought you were joking about the Mob. The Mob is 99.9999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999999
me an adjective. Give me a plural. On that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mobster.
It was mobster.
Gotcha.
Mobster. One singular mobster.
We got there.
You did.
Somehow.
Yeah.
From Pocket Watch to Thomas
Yeah.
Shelby to Scarface to mob
All right.
to mobsters.
There was a connection between Lil Wayne and the mob. I don't know if you
That's
made the
fine.
connection.
Yeah. Yes, but no.
I feel like it was more than 5%.
It was
It'd be cool if a
no,
mobster had Apple
The
Watches.
word was mobster. That's where you're falling short. It had nothing to do with the mob. Lil Wayne and the mob doesn't connect to mobster.
Nah.
Anyways, that's it.
Wrap
We,
this shit up.
we over talked. We got to cut some stuff out. We closed this thing out really sloppily, if that's a word. That's fine. We just weren't
Plural
prepared.
adjective.
That I can say we. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. We'll see y'all next week.
Deuce.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's always a maybe. Aaron, you coming back? I
I'll come back as much as y'all want me to come back.
feel like you just...
I enjoy just coming and being on and talking to you guys and just chatting it up.
It is nice. It is nice having a third and a fourth person here, really.
Mm-hmm.
You have a little audience back there.
Yeah.
5 if you count the lady in the pink shorts.